Here we have the current stock market update for Broadcom Incorporated, stock ticker AVGO. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe button and leave your thoughts in the comment section below so that other traders will be able to find this information more easily on the platform. So as we can see here, this is a bit of an intermediate term time frame. We're looking at the 4-hour price chart. So each candle on this price chart represents a 4-hour trading period. As we can see here, the stock is currently moving in the upward direction quite strongly. This is largely unfolding as expected because we did manage to find some very stable support at key Fibonacci levels. So what we're going to do here is outline some specific support and resistance zones so that traders can hopefully identify some profitable trading strategies for this stock going forward. So as I said, the share price itself is starting to move upward quite strongly. We have recently broken above this prior short-term resistance level, which came in just above the 168 level. And we're now looking for a retest of these prior highs, which came in at 172.42. This would be the price high that was generated during the August 22nd trading session. We didn't quite get there with this most recent trend movement higher. But we did have a fairly strong close to the week, and we're not trading, a large distance away from the highs at the moment. As things currently stand, we're seeing share prices that are right around $1 away from those highs, near-term highs. So it does at this point look like a retest of these August 22nd resistance zones. This does look like this type of price movement here will be imminent here relatively soon. So, if we sort of take a step back here and sort of look at the broader picture, what we can see really is that the share price itself has been caught in this, trend of lower highs that have been posted ever since the all-time high was posted going back to June 18. So, we don't really have an exact trend line here, but, we have seen a series of lower highs, first at 185, then at 177, and then 172. So if we did see a break above this 172 area, I do think that would be a fairly strong bullish event because this would then suggest that the main support zone has moved up now to roughly $135. If we go back in time a little bit, we can see how we arrived at that figure. This movement from 128.50 to 172 gives us a 78.6% Fibonacci retracement coming in right around 135. It was more like 137, but this is a longer term time frame here. We can have a couple of dollars in slippage here, especially when you're seeing the type of price action that Broadcom was experiencing at that time. If we remember here, this downside price movement occurred, and there was a significant price gap that was generated as well. And this occurred after the company reported strong earnings. So, this was really an indicative example of how the market has behaved recently, especially within the technology space, because we saw this with NVIDIA as well, where a very strong earnings report was completely dismissed by the market. Nobody cared. I mean, this market, everything sold off strongly. And we even saw price gaps in a stock like Broadcom, which tends to be a much more stable technology play. I mean, if you're looking for a stable technology stock that doesn't generally experience huge amounts of volatility, this is not a bad name to look at. But the company did report very strong earnings, and here we are with a price gap to the downside. Very strong price movement. So, the volatility level at that point was extremely high, much higher than normal for this stock. And so, the fact that we didn't exactly hit this, we didn't exactly reach the Fibonacci level and then bounce higher. I think that's perfectly fine. I mean, when you see that much volatility, you have to expect to see some slippage. So, if we just pull out here a bit more broadly, we can see that, the 786 retracement really was helpful in determining where this reversal point was likely to occur. And now that has happened, we have seen a very strong movement to the top side, and one that is actually starting to look like a bit of a bull flag pattern. This is something that was pointed out in prior videos, but we have actually seen a price breakout here to the top side, which is a very bullish event on its own. I could talk about bull flags for a moment if that is interesting. because when you see a bull flag pattern like this that breaks to the top side, the ultimate price projection then becomes the size of the flagpole itself, and this will be kind of interesting for people that are not familiar. So ultimately, what this would mean here is that this would be the ultimate price target. This would look something like this. So the wave structure that is expected to unfold during these types of scenarios is extremely strong. It's extremely bullish. This is one of the most bullish patterns. And as we can see here, this did actually unfold. So, if anybody's not familiar with the bull flag pattern, this can occur in two directions. You can also see a bear flag pattern. And here we have the flagpole itself. And then here you have the flag itself. So what this really means in the bullish scenario is that share prices move strongly in the upward direction. You see a bit of a consolidation period that has a bit of a downward price movement. You start to see some profit taking at that point, maybe even see some short selling enter into the market. But that tends to be smaller in nature. And the way that the signal for the top side here is this break above the flag itself. So, there have been several major examples of this. There actually was a very strong example of this in NVIDIA as well. So previously, that was before the last major run higher. We're going back in time a little bit here, a few months, but it would not surprise me at all to see a similar type of movement here with Broadcom. I do think that this, does have the potential to see some significant gains here. And if NVIDIA is an example of what has been seen previously, that price pattern played out exactly as expected. So, overall here, there are some strongly positive events. If we're going to look for potential places to the downside to sort of invalidate this bullish thesis, I would be looking at roughly 149.75. That would be roughly here. If we did break below this level to the downside, I definitely think that would take some pressure off of the bullish momentum that is currently taking place. And I think that we could start to see share prices move lower if that level were to break. We would then be trading below the entire exponential moving average cluster, and we would also break below these prior levels of historical support that were generated earlier this month. So here's the current stock market update for Broadcom Incorporated, stock ticker AVGO. Our high-value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high-conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk-to-reward metrics that target massive, market-beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market. Lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership and start trading stocks with the pros.